Okay, we're going to introduce the first method of solving simultaneous equations, and we're going to do that using what we call the substitution method. So we're going to make one of our equations equal to one of the variables. So I'm going to do this with x. Okay, so you notice that each one of my equations I've labelled A and B. That's just so I can keep it in order. So let's rewrite A so that x is equal to 10 add 3y, okay? So what I'm looking for is what x is equal to, okay? And this is what I'm going to substitute into the second equation. So make sure that we're now adding this to b. So looking at equation b, we've got 4y plus 6 lots of x. Now we've just decided that x is equal to 10 plus 3y, and that all equals 16, okay? So all I've done is taken x and I've swapped it out for 10 plus 3. Everything else is exactly the same. Now we're going to do a little bit of just expanding brackets. So I've got 4y, that hasn't changed. I'm going to do 6 times by 10 is 60. And then 6 times by 3y is going to give me 18y. And it's still equal to 16. I've done nothing on the right-hand side yet. Right, next step is to simplify the left. So I've got 4y plus 18y to give me 22y. And then I'm also going to, at this stage, take 60 away from both sides. So if I take 60 away from 16, oops, sausages, sorry. So I'm going to take 60 away from 16, so you can see that I'm going to end up with a negative number. In fact, I'm going to end up with negative 44. So now if I divide both sides by 22, I'll end up with 44 divided by 22, which is negative 2, okay, negative 44. Right, so I've now got a solution for y, but I still need to find my x. So I'm going to go back to one of the original equations, which is a. I'm going to put in y is 2. So I'm going to go with the first one. A is. So we don't know what x is yet, but we know if we take away 3 lots of what y is, which happens to be negative 2, that makes 10. Okay, so let's work this out. So I've got negative 3 times by negative 2 is positive 6. So I've got x plus 6 makes 10. So now if I take 6 away from both sides, we can see that, so 6 away from both sides gives me x is 4. Okay, so hopefully if I've solved this correctly, y is negative 2 and x is 4. Now I've just substituted y is negative 2 into the first equation. So let's double check that works with the second equation so that I know whether or not I'm right or I'm wrong. So I'm going to do 4 times by negative 2 plus 6 times by 4, and that should make 16. So let's see if that works out. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, and 4 lots of 6 is 24. So now if I add the 2 together, I get 16, and then I know I've got the answer right. So that's using a substitution method to solve a simultaneous equation. Okay, best of luck with your practice.